Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video on the channel where today, again, we're doing our pretty much yearly cleanup on our computer. So this thing pretty much hasn't been cleaned in a year. I mean, maybe it has. I don't know. Maybe it was like just a little bit ago. I won't remember. But either way, this thing is dirty. Anyways, from here on out, I'm going to be doing a yearly cleanup on my computer. So pretty much, I'm just going to clean this thing every year. Every 1 year, I'm just going to clean it out, get it all sparkling clean for the rest of the year, pretty much. So yeah, I guess without further ado, we're going to start taking this thing apart and see what's inside. And this is also going to be cool videos, like if you're new to like computers or something and you don't know much about computers, how to like take them apart and put them all back together again. This is a good video for you. And maybe I'm gonna like cable manage more, because there's a bunch of power supply wires that are just kind of shoved to the bottom, because there's so many. I couldn't fit like all of them down there, so I had to just like kind of shove them down to the bottom. But maybe we could figure it out today how to do that. But for now, our goal is just cleaning this thing out. I'm gonna take the CPU, put some new thermal paste on and stuff. So maybe we'll even put something new thermal paste on the GPU, because I've noticed that the fans always like randomly turn on and off sometimes. Like it's getting hot, but it's not too hot. Never done that before, so maybe I'll put some new thermal paste on that. Anyways, let's get to work on cleaning this computer. Oh man. Look at this desk. Desk cleaning video coming soon also. Wow. Alright, so we are now done like taking all the stuff off, like all the case panels and stuff off. And this is it right here. This is the inside of my gaming computer. This is basically what runs every single stream that you see on the channel. I have this little tripod rig up there for my flashlight, so I think that will make it a little bit easier to see. So let me actually grab this and use this quick. Alright, so as you can see, this is the graphics card right here. That is my Wi-Fi card. These are the fans. I'm going to be taking these out. I thought it would be cool, but I still haven't found a mount for it. There is one mount, but I mean it's a pink mount. It came with my old Dell Optiplex computer that I had like a long time ago. So yeah, we're going to be getting that all set up. We have our light strip underneath here. Power supply. What else do we got? We got our DVD drive, our CPU cooler, which is pretty dirty. I don't know if I can get you guys in here enough to actually see this, but this is really dirty. These fans are just these fans are a lost cause, honestly. Look how gross they are. It's hard to see right now, but these things are gross. I mean, look over here too. They are pretty disgusting. My graphics card really doesn't get that dirty, but I think we're going to take this apart and replace the thermal paste, because the graphics card really does get hot sometimes, so we're going to get that fixed up. Other than that though, oh yeah, this. If any of you have a computer out there and you have a power supply, which I'm just absolutely sure you do, you might want to get this looked at. This is going to be our first course of action. This is going to be hard to do because it's going to get like stuff everywhere. Hold on, I'm going to go get like a paper towel or something just to set on my carpet so it doesn't get everywhere. These cheap filters are like really annoying, so if you have one of these, be sure to actually change this more periodically than a year. This is basically a year's worth of dust right here on the power supply. It's coming from this fan right here. So let me go get a paper towel or something. I'm going to take this off and I'll be right back. Alright, here we go. Let's take this off. Oh god. It's so gross. Oh, yeah. So gross. Oh, yeah. Ugh. Okay, this is really extremely gross. Oh god. Alright, yeah, we're gonna the dust is just falling off in clumps. Look at that. Oh, alright. Let's go like wash this off. We're gonna have dust flying everywhere. I'm going to clean this. Alright, let me set you guys here. Let's wash this off.
I used to be kinda sane. I used to act kinda normal. I couldn't complain. Now it's never the same. I found myself picking pieces of my scattered brain. Look what you've done to me. My insanity. Oh baby, hey, I wish that I was a madman. So that maybe I wouldn't fall for you. Because you make me a madman. And I lose it all when I'm with you.
It's not like the most, not like the highest quality power supply ever, but it's done pretty well for the time I've had it, so why not? Alright, and then now that we have this clean, we're gonna take this, we're gonna fold it so the dust doesn't fly everywhere, at least most of it, and we're just gonna clean this, 'cause this right here is just disgusting. This power supply, ugh, I swear I can just smell the dust now. It gets so much dust everywhere. Let me put this flashlight over here. Alright, I think that looks a lot cleaner. What do you guys think? Let's like blow on it a little bit. Alright, put this back on. Alright, there we go. Back on, nice and clean. So, yeah, I guess we'll move on to something else now. Throw this away. Alright, so now we're gonna take out these fans, because these fans I don't have any mount for. So we're just gonna take those off, and we don't have to worry about these anymore. So whenever I move my computer now, it's like, oh no, fans are gonna fall out or something, and I have to constantly like take the side panel off and fix them. So we're just gonna get rid of them once and for all. I'm gonna move you guys over here so you can see it a little bit better, because this side is where the fans actually are. Alright, so I think the best way to do this, I guess, is to maybe unplug the fan header right here. So I have like a splitter thing, so like it has one, and then it can split into two fans, so that's how I have these connected. But I might have to take off the side panel to get these off. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll be able to like kind of pull the cord through the hole. Alright, I don't know if that's gonna work. I might have to take out the graphics card for, well, maybe not. I don't know which one I'm pulling exactly, which is, okay, so I'm pulling on this one right here. So let me try to like push this through. Let me unplug these SATA cables. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing right now. No, you cannot. Alright, let me move you guys even further up here. There we go. Alright, so we're gonna like unplug these SATA cables, because they're kind of like just right in our way just a little bit. Alright, we got it unplugged. I think we can now pull it through. We'll find out. Man, this is gonna be a harder job than I... No, that's not happening, because yeah, that's not gonna happen. Alright, so we're gonna have to take off the rear side panel and take it off from there, because there's a zip tie there, which is gonna impede our progress just a little bit. So yeah, we're gonna take out the side panel and do it from there. So I guess I'll see you guys once I do that. So let me push this up here, and I guess I haven't opened this up in like forever, so this is gonna be the first time I've done this in like in years. Move you guys up. Alright, let me take this off. These are like really tightly on there, so this is gonna be a little bit difficult, but we're gonna try it anyways. Oh my god, look at that screw. Oh, it's so tight in there. Alright, it's just gonna explode after you take this one out. It's already like starting to bulge, and bam, yeah. There's so many things back here, it's like impossible. Okay, So we were trying to pull the fans out of this one right here. So here are the things that we need to pull out. There we go. Alright, here they are right here. These are the two fans that have been causing me trouble for the longest time. And they're finally out. We don't have to worry about these anymore. So, I guess we'll just keep this side panel off for now. Oh, you guys have to take you guys off for this. There is, because I don't think I need this anymore, but you have to see this. Alright, if you just put you in right here, look at that dust. Oh, wow. Look at all of the dust right there. Oh, man. Even the rear is getting dust on it, and this part too. Look at all that dust. Wow. Okay, so yeah, there is just dust everywhere. Like the dust never ends, pretty much. This computer here, I might have to clean, but I mean, it's not too dirty yet. And this thing hasn't been built for a year, so. Yeah, this is the side panel. Pretty ugly, but there's no glass thing here, so you don't have to worry about that. I don't know if there's enough room to fit the rest. If I put you guys over here, see those wires like right there? Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe there is, maybe there's not. But yeah, I guess we got this out. So now I guess what we're doing, I guess we're gonna move on next to the graphics card, I guess, because I've never really messed around with the graphics card before, so I don't exactly know like what to do with it, but we'll see. I think once we get the graphics card out, we can get into like a bunch of other stuff too. And then next will be the CPU probably. Maybe we'll clean up the RAM a little bit, blow out the slots, and then the last thing we'll do is clean out the fans. Or no, the last thing we'll do is clean up these, like the top and stuff, because that's dirty also. And then the floor of it is pretty disgusting also, and then the SSDs are gross. Yeah, a bunch of stuff, but we got these out, so that's main thing I want to do, because these things were just kind of falling around everywhere. So glad we got those out. But now we're gonna move on to the graphics card. So let's get right.
Or if I was a man who could act kinda cool, maybe I could.
Alright, so now we are going to unplug the GPU. But before we do that, we might actually want to take out this this Wi-Fi card. So how about we do that before we do anything else? So the Wi-Fi card's like just behind here, so you're not going to be able to see it. But trust me, it's right here, and I'm taking it out. Here it is. It's the Wi-Fi card. I've had this thing for a while. It's kind of dusty already, to be honest. Pretty crazy. Let me actually flip the screen up so I can see what I'm pointing at. That would help a little bit. But yeah, as you can see, it's a little bit dusty. Not like horribly bad, but alright, I'm gonna go get a screwdriver to well, actually, let me just unplug the graphics card. First things first, that'll help. Alright, I'm gonna go get a screwdriver so I can like unscrew the graphics card from here, and then once I do that, I'll be right back. See you then. Alright, so we got our kit here, so we're gonna basically grab a screwdriver. Maybe will be the right size. We'll see. We'll see if that's the right size or not. So we're gonna unscrew it. Seems like it's a little too. It is a little bit skinny, but it seems like it'll work for what we need it to do, I guess. Maybe, hopefully when we put it back together. I just kind of found this quick. I don't know where all the other screwdrivers are, so I just use that. But anyways, now we click this little red tab right here on the bottom of the graphics card, and then pull it up, and here we are. So we have our graphics card. Now, I don't know if I'm going to take it apart or not. I might do, just because of the weird stuff that's been happening with it, like the fans just turn on randomly and stuff, but we'll see. For now, we're just going to put it to the side. We'll like dust it off and stuff, and we'll see what we're going to do with it, but for now, we're going to put it up here on our desk, so if we are going to mess with it, we'll be up there for that. But now, as you can see, we have a lot more room to actually like mess with stuff. So we have that. So let me move you guys right over here. and unzoom you just a little bit so you can see exactly what I'm talking about with the more room. Look at that. So we can mess with even more stuff. So let me unplug this SATA connector. There we go. Alright, so you have all the SATA connectors and stuff out of the way. Let me just like... that's fine. So we're going to also take out the RAM. So it's right here. As you can see, these little silver strips here. We're going to take these out also, because they are also getting in the way. Because we're gonna be cleaning off this motherboard, because this motherboard is just disgusting. This is the RAM I have, Team Group Delta or something like that. There you go. Pretty nice sticks of RAM, but we're gonna put them to the side. They're not too dirty. They're not too dirty, actually. I'm surprised. They're relatively new though, so I mean, I'm not like overly shocked. So because I mean, I just got them in. We didn't know I upgraded from 8 gigabytes to 16 gigabytes of RAM, so a lot more headroom there. But I mean, other than that, I think the last thing to do is take out the CPU. So this is a little bit complicated, and it'll like pretty much taking this off will depend on what type of CPU cooler and stuff you're dealing with, or what CPU you're dealing with. Right now I am running an i5 7500, which I mean I'm planning on upgrading to an i7 7700K soon, so be on the lookout for that video. But for now, we're with our i5 7500. So this is not too difficult to take out. I think I took it out a little bit ago. I have to put these tabs in, because otherwise this junky cooler just rattles and stuff. So we're gonna take these out. Man, this whole fan assembly and stuff is just dusty like crazy. So anyways, we just kind of flip the screws over. There we go. Definitely replacing the thermal paste on this, because whenever you take off a CPU cooler to clean it or whatever, you need to replace the thermal paste. No matter how good it looks, even after you take it off, you need to replace the thermal paste. It's like no matter what. Yeah, I'm already getting dust on myself just from even touching this thing. This thing has definitely seen some better days, but taking it out today, hopefully. I think it's this one here. There we go. Alright, so here is our CPU cooler. As you can see, let me focus in on it. My hands are all gross now. I'm gonna have to clean my hands, but let me focus in on it here and show you guys what I'm talking about, the thermal paste. As you can see, it still looks relatively good, right? But no, you have to replace it whenever you replace the CPU cooler. It's just something you have to do. And then look at the actual fan part, like underneath the fans, the fan blades. That's just gross too. So definitely a lot of replacing. And then this is the CPU itself, right there. There is my CPU. So yeah, I'm gonna go wash my hands off. I'm gonna get some paper towels, and I'll be right back. See you then. I'm back, and I got the paper towels. So now we're gonna start the CPU cooler. So I'm gonna like push my computer like out of the way for now. We're gonna lift it up. Don't worry, your CPU won't just fall out on you. It's gonna stay in there. Just the cooler that you have to worry about. So anyways, here it is, my CPU cooler. Here it is. Here is my wonderful CPU cooler. So right now you'd probably want like some alcohol thing or whatever, or some sort of something to help like get all the thermal paste off. But for now, we're just gonna do it the old-fashioned way, pretty much, and we're just gonna wipe it off with a good old paper towel, because you know that's how we do it here on the Last Stop Vlogs channel, and also the Last Stop Gaming channel. Can't forget about that one. Now, with this method, it's gonna get a little bit messy because there's a lot of thermal paste. So you have to just kind of work your way in there, push hard on it. It'll be easier if you have like some I don't know what it's called. I'll put it on screen now. I probably put it on earlier when I didn't know what the name of it was, but yeah, I'll put it on screen. That's basically what you want to use to get this off. But right now, I mean, it isn't like it's gonna harm your CPU cooler if you don't use it, but it's just recommended just to help you get it off. As you can see, we're doing a pretty good job at getting it off. Look at that. Already almost completely off. So we're just gonna finish this job here. Get the most of it off. That's all we're worrying about here. Getting most of it off. There you go. Bam. Just like that. We've gotten most of that thermal paste that we were worrying about off. Look at that. Alright, so I want to try to get off the cooler. I want to try to get the cooler off. Like, I want to get the cooler separate from the actual thing. So I just want to wash it because this is just gross, honestly. This whole, radiator part is just gross. So I'm going to try to just wash it and then let it sit for a little bit while we clean other stuff. So I'm going to try to get this off, and I'll be right back. Alright, and we have got it off. So here it is. Right here, everyone. Ha! So we got the actual radiator off of the actual fan itself. So let me focus on this. I think I have it too close. There we go. So as you can see, I have the fan off from here. So I have the fan, and then I have this. This part is what actually transfers the heat or the cool air into the CPU and stuff. So this is pretty important. You kind of need this. So this will make it easier. I can wash this, and then I can use a paper towel to clean this. So I'm gonna go get under the faucet again and wash this off. All right, here we go. Give this thing a nice good clean. We're gonna make this CPU cooler look brand new.
The moment you walk in and when I saw your face, 'cause look what you have done to me. I'm losing it completely. I wish that I was a madman. So bad, maybe I wouldn't fall for you, because you made me a madman. I lose it all when I'm with you.
Alright, so we've got the CPU radiator thing submerged in water, so we'll let that soak for a little bit, get all of the dust, get all of the old thermal paste off of there, and now we'll worry about the fan parts. So let's go. Alright, so we're gonna have a little piece of paper right there, so it doesn't all the dust doesn't fly off on the ground or something. And now we have full access to the actual bottom part of the CPU cooler. Let me actually zoom you in and move you over here into the light so you can see a little bit better. Alright, so we're gonna start cleaning the CPU cooler off. So this part you can't just put into water. This part, I mean, unless you want to kill your fan, but this part you can't just put into water and expect it to get clean. You have to actually put some elbow grease into this part. I mean, it isn't it's gonna take forever. It's pretty simple to clean it. So we're gonna be making this thing run just brand new again. I don't know if I'm gonna do my GPU at all because I've never really done that. We'll see though. We'll see. And for everyone thinking out there, my computer's not that dirty after a year. Oh, yes, trust me. After a year, your computer is dusty. Just imagine having your computer just spinning, having all those fans spinning for a year, pretty much. Just imagine that. Imagine how much dust would get on, say, your ceiling fan. Imagine you had it running for a year. Just imagine how much dust would be on that thing. Just take a second and imagine that. It's pretty crazy. Alright, looks like we missed some this part here. We want to get as much off as possible so we don't like spread the dust anywhere else, because that wouldn't help us too much, would it? Alright, let me get like this part too. There we go. So we have a nice clean CPU cooler. Just kind of blow on it a little bit. Look at that. Look at how clean that is. Just by using a few paper towels, like it's already clean. All right, now what we have to do, we have to get a little bit more thermal paste off, and we have to get thermal paste off of the actual CPU now. So we're gonna do that. Let me. All right, so we're gonna use this paper towel. We're just gonna do the same thing we did with the CPU cooler, and we're just gonna wipe away all of that old thermal paste. Now, when you're done, don't just like rinse it underwater. I wouldn't advise of that. I mean, just kind of think about it for a second and just imagine like what would happen. And I think you know why you shouldn't do that. But in case you don't, yeah, don't put your actual CPU underwater. Just don't advise of it. But what I do advise of is wiping it away with a paper towel. And just to make it easier, maybe use I'm putting it on screen now because I don't remember the name of it. But yeah, use that also. That will definitely help you wipe away the excess thermal paste. But it seems to me like we have now gotten most of that old dirty thermal paste off. So there we go. I don't see any more thermal paste, so I think we're good with that. So now, when we're done, we'll be able to just put some new thermal paste on, and we'll be good to go. So now that we have the CPU clean, I think our next course of action is, I don't think we're gonna be able to hide these wires. So I think what we're gonna do next is we're going to do the hard drives, or SSDs, because I mean, in this computer I don't actually have any hard drives. I use all SSDs. So for my system, let me zoom out a little bit. I'm like zoomed in a lot here. Move you over just a little bit. Alright, so on the top, let me take it out here. So on the top, I have a 1 terabyte Samsung 860 EVO SSD. I'll show it to you guys in 1 second. Let me unplug these wires here. Alright, here it is. So, Samsung 860 EVO 1 terabyte SSD. 1 terabyte of SSD storage. So this is a lot. But as you can see, it's pretty dusty. So that's what we're gonna be tackling today, is cleaning off this one. And then on the bottom here is my 260 gig SanDisk Plus SSD. This is what I use to boot my Windows on. So this is what I use to like boot everything on. So 260 gigabytes for my boot drive. So as you can see, they're both pretty dusty. So we're gonna clean those off next. And let me move these wires down just to see like how the actual floor is holding up. Yeah, the floor is pretty gross, but right now we're just gonna wipe down these SSDs. I mean, it doesn't take too much work, just take it out and wipe it. I mean, probably the simplest thing we're gonna clean today. But there we go. That one's clean. Now for our 860 EVO. There we go. Bam. Just like that. We have 2 nice clean SSDs. We're gonna keep those out just so we have access to the floor of the entire case. Now, the next course of action after that is the power supply, because the power supply is pretty gross, and it's also the cause and the source of all that dust we seen at the beginning of this video on the bottom of the computer. So that's definitely going to need a nice, good, solid cleaning. But we're not gonna be able to like get inside of it or anything. I'm actually gonna take off this little plastic thing just so we can like blow inside of it too. Well, I mean, we'll try to. So for now, we're just gonna wipe down the top of it because we can get that at least. There we go. Wipe down the top of it, and we'll also get where these old fans were. Really gross. I'm glad we got those removed, honestly. Look at all that dust just falling off. I don't know if you can catch that on video. Yeah, there you go. You can catch it now. It's just horribly disgusting. It's gonna be even worse under like the main computer fans because that's like the main source of all the dust. But there we go. So I think that's the top of the power supply done. It's pretty clean now. I'm gonna like blow on the back of it and tell me if you can see any dust fly off from the other side. Alright, there we go. So, just took a little bit of a blow job there, just to kind of get that nice and clean. Now we're gonna put this little cheap, stupid dust filter back on. Hate this thing, but it works good enough. Alright, so that's the power supply done. Now, oh, do you know what I actually forgot about? I forgot about the dust actually like around the CPU cooler. If you didn't know, dust can collect around the CPU because, I mean, there's a CPU cooler there, so that's also something you should probably clean periodically. There's like a bunch of dust here. It's kind of hard to pick up when the light's shining darkly on it, but I mean, it's there, and there's quite a bit of dust, so we're gonna unplug this CPU power just so we can get at it, at all the dust here. There's even dust like on this top part up here. You guys can't see it, I'm not aiming at it, but it's up here even. But, alright, just get all around this entire motherboard area. Get it all. Woo! Yeah, there's dust coming off of there. I mean, definitely like be careful when doing this. I mean, I'm not being too careful, which isn't the greatest thing to do, but I would highly recommend to not do what I'm doing and be careful when cleaning your motherboard, because motherboards are pretty delicate, and when you touch them and clean them with a paper towel like this, it's not the most advised thing to do, but it's the best way to just kind of clean around it and just get the most dust of it off as you can. Ugh, man, there's just... Ugh, you can just see all the dust just fly. You don't see too much, though. There's still some, like, right... Oh, man, this is... I didn't clean this like area around the motherboard last time, so this is like dirtier than it would be. So just keep that in mind. It wouldn't be this bad around your motherboard normally, but I didn't clean it last time, so this time I'm gonna learn from my mistake and clean everywhere around the motherboard. The motherboard gets dirty too. You have to take care of the motherboard also. Alright. I think that's enough poking around the motherboard for today. Stop doing that. And other than that, I think it looks pretty clean around there. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to zoom you out for this because I'm just going to clean around like the entire case on the inside pretty much. Just everywhere I can see. I'm just going to wipe down, so like right here. I'm just going to wipe down. I'll probably just zoom it in on video or in editing. just so I don't have to constantly zoom in on the video, because that would be really annoying. I'm gonna get this little thing too here, because this gets pretty gross. I don't exactly know why, but it does get really, really gross. Alright, clean that. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna clean up here too, where I have all my... Sorry about that, my time limit for my recording time came up. Just had to record again. Alright, I'm also gonna clean where these fans are, like on the outside. Because, oh wow, those are gross. Very, very gross. Oh man, I can just see dust falling off in clumps. This is bad. I should honestly start cleaning even more periodically than every year, because this is really gross. And there's even some like on top of where the SSDs lay. It's just, this dust is just everywhere. It's non-stop dust. Okay, I think that's most of like that part clean. I'm gonna get this actual like floor part right here. I was gonna save that for later, but I'll just do it right now. This part gets pretty gross too. Clean this side of the floor. And when I say the floor, I mean the bottom of the case, not the floor of the case. Alright. I'm gonna get a new paper towel. I'm just gonna go everything once more. The power supply, this floor, this fans area, this, that. There we go. Go over this back panel more. Okay. I think we're pretty good with that. So now, I think we're gonna start taking out this rear fan in the back. So I'm gonna start unscrewing that. We have the wrong bit here, so I have to put this on. I don't know if this is the right one either, but we'll find out. That's what we're all about here on the Last Stop Vlogs channel, is finding out. So is this the right tool, or is this the right bit? Yes, it is. All right, I'm gonna unscrew this, and I will be right back.
Stop moving. And when I look at you, I'm lost. I wish that I was in my hands. Then maybe I wouldn't fall for you, because you...
Alright, just finishing up the last screw of this fan, and there we go. So this fan is officially unhinged from the case itself. So now we just have a nice bare fan here. I'm not gonna unplug it, just because like otherwise I have to go in the back and then like replug it, because these things are sensitive, like which ones they're plugged into. So if you like make one mistake, like it just completely messes up the entire thing. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna hang it over right here. All right, I'm gonna put a paper towel down, and then I'm gonna move the camera over here, and then you can watch me do it over here. All right, so we have the fan over here. Now what we're going to do, you're just gonna wipe it down. I did the same thing last time with all 3 fans, so we're gonna do this again. These things get super, super dirty. I don't know why. I think the reason is because, I mean, these are the main case fans. They run at the same speed the entire time the computer's on. Just the same speed all that time that the computer is on. Like, that's probably why it gets so dirty. Alright, so far we went on every single blade. Now we're just going to get another paper towel roll, or another piece of paper towel. We're just going to go over, you know what, we don't need that. We'll just, since it's clean enough, we'll just kind of use our finger and just go over it another time with our finger and just kind of make sure it's nice and clean. Of course, well, after this fan, we're going to go back in to the bathroom because we need to wash our hands after all this dust. But then we're also going to check up on our heatsink for our CPU fan and see how that thing's doing. Alright, so now the fan blades are pretty clean. Now we're going to get like around the rim of the fan. So like right to these little rim things here. We're just like kind of where the LED, where the RGB is. We're just gonna go around here because this part is probably like the dirtiest part of the fan because that's where all the dust gets kicked into pretty much. So yeah, we're gonna definitely get on cleaning this part. So we got most of it off. Now, I thought it was showing the battery warning. If it does that, then I might have to switch over to my phone recording for just a little bit while I wait for my camera to charge, because I didn't charge my camera earlier, so this is a pretty long video, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Then we'll go along this one. Alright. And now what I want to do is I want to take this, I want to come around here and just get all the dust off of like this part here, because this gets really dirty also, because that's where all the air is flowing into pretty much. These little things that go on top of this. I don't even know why they're here, but they are, and they get gross. Alright. We're going to go over like the top of the blades here. But other than that, I think this thing is pretty clean. Alright. Look at that. Nice and clean. It's making a weird noise, but maybe it has done that forever and I just didn't realize. Anyways, though, I'm gonna go wash my hands, and I'll meet you guys in the bathroom to check on the heatsink. Let's go. Alright, here we are. This is the heatsink, submerged in water, as you can see. We're gonna go check up on it and make sure it's doing okay. So let's take it out, I guess. Alright, so here is the heatsink. I think it looks pretty clean, if you ask me. There's like a little bit here, but maybe I'll give it a nice scrub underwater just to get any remaining stuff off of it, because I know that some stuff likes to stay on. But I think other than that, we're just gonna rinse it underwater once more, and we can put it back. Well, actually, we're gonna let it dry in here, just because, well, yeah, I'm not gonna leave it all wet and put it back in my computer, because I mean, I think you already know why that's a bad idea. So we're gonna let it dry right there. Well, actually, we're gonna take it over here. We're just gonna take a towel and just dry it off. We'll dry off the outside, and then we'll wait for the water on the inside of it. You can probably see it better on camera, actually, when it's not focused in, but there's water like on the inside of it. We'll let it sit right there, dry off. So yeah, I think that was a pretty good way to clean that off. But now we're gonna move on to something else, and we'll see what it is once we get in there. So see you then. Oh, and in case you didn't see the absolute mess I made so far while cleaning this, here it is. Wires there, box is messed up there, and then we have our Wi-Fi card, we have both of our SSDs, we have just a CPU heatsink that's actually nice and clean now, and then we have a mound of paper towels here. We got a bit just hanging out here. Let's move that in there. We got screws. We got this light that needs to be plugged in. We have their screwdriver. We have all the screws for that fan in the back, which is that. Oh, I actually forgot about that. That's gonna need some cleaning also. Anyways, we have this station here for the fan cleaning. We have a mound of paper towels. We got this here. Yeah, this is a pretty big mess. But, hey, it looks really, really clean in here now, so, I mean, I can't complain. But, anyways, our next course of action is that, and then after that, we will be taking off this front panel to clean off these fans on the inside, which I cleaned off, like, the outside part of it. Oh, by the way, nice and clean on the bottom here, and on the power supply. But yeah, we're going to take off this front panel to get to the fans, and then we're going to clean those ones. But we're going to put this one back once we clean that one off, and then we'll get to that one. But let's focus on the task at hand right now, and let's put this one back on there. I almost started cleaning this and didn't even realize I wasn't recording. That would have been bad. But anyways, we're gonna clean off this. Actually, before we do that, I wanna put this piece of paper towel over all of our stuff so like the dust doesn't fall back on all of our stuff again, which would be bad. So let's do that. Be sure to do that if you're gonna do this. So put paper towel underneath or on top of all your stuff, and then start dusting off your stuff, which it's actually still getting on, so we have to move this a little bit closer to that. There we go. This was just gross. You definitely, highly recommend you do a yearly cleaning just like me. But if not, you can stick around with me and see how it's done, I guess, pretty much. Alright, sorry about that. My camera ran out of storage space, so I had to clear up some storage space, and we're good to go again. But I only have 24 minutes left on this thing, so I have to hurry up. Anyways, we got that nice and clean. So let me move this paper towel out of the way, and now we're going to get this fan back assembled onto its stand here, pretty much. So let me do that. I don't know exactly which way to route it, but which would be the best way to route this? I think maybe this way, because the graphics card would... No, it's on that side, wouldn't it? I'm gonna go this way for now, and then hopefully, like, when I actually put it in, it will be hidden underneath there. We'll see. So if you didn't know, the side that the airflow comes out is on the side with like these 4 things here, pretty much. I don't know what they're called. I don't know why they're there, but that's the side that airflow comes out on. So in case you're trying to do the same thing that I am right now and didn't know that, well, there you go. It's kind of important. I mean, if you didn't know that, then I mean, that would be kind of bad. Alright, just finishing up with our last screw. Pretty difficult. I think it's because I have the wrong screw, but anyways, see, tucked in there. Now, when we put the graphics card on, I'm gonna have to figure out what's the best way to route this, but I think this is the best way to route it right here. We'll see what happens though. I'm gonna try to like get it underneath the actual like frame piece itself. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, the graphics card isn't in, so I wouldn't know what the best way is to do it, but that's my way. That's my way of doing things right there, everyone. So, with that done, we are now going to move on to the front panel stuff. Like, we're gonna get into like the stuff in the front panel, and then I think we're done. Then we'll start putting everything back together. So, without further ado, let's get on to the front panel. Alright, I wasn't going to record that because I thought it was going to be extremely difficult to get the front panel off, but it was actually pretty easy, surprisingly. So here it is. This is the all the front panel connections at your service, pretty much. I've noticed that this part is coming off, so let me try to like, I don't know, that doesn't work too well, really. Anyways, though, that's in. So I guess it's just time to take out these front fans. I'm gonna actually speed it up from the camera this time, just so I don't have to worry about doing that in editing. So I'm just gonna take them both out at the same time. So let's go. No, I'm not actually gonna poke out my lens. If you thought I was that dumb, then do nothing. Alright, we got this off. Sorry about the reduced image quality for like this part of the video. It's my camera battery died, which I actually this battery backup has been, I need to get a new battery for this one. This one's like glitching out and stuff, but sorry for the reduced image quality on this part of the video. It's just this camera battery died. I forgot to plug it in for this video, so yeah, sorry about that. It lasted for a lot longer than I expected it to, though. Anyways, this is the front panel right here. It's pretty gross. It's extremely gross. I know. This is what happens when you don't clean your computer out for a long time. Anyways, I'm gonna clean out these fans. Oh, look at that. Here's like a close-up shot of what's going on with these fans. Look at that. Oh, bro. I wasn't actually expecting it to be this bad, but look at that. Wow. It amazes me how much dust can get on there, just even from a year. Like, a year, and it's already this bad. Anyways, I'm gonna go clean these off, and, yeah. I guess I'll see you guys once I'm done, because I don't have a stand for this. Well, actually I do. Alright, never mind. I will be able to time-lapse this, so, see you guys at the time-lapse. Alright, back to normal video quality. Sorry about that. It's really strange vlogging on my phone again. Like, it's just strange. Like, I'm not used to it, but it's not bad. I actually enjoyed it. Like, it's so weird, like, coming back to using, like, a phone, like, after so long of not using my phone to vlog. Like, it's so different. But, while I was vlogging with my phone, which actually, now that I'm done with that, I might as well actually get any dust that may have fallen back into the case out again. Alright. But yeah, as you can see, nice and clean. It's a complete difference. I mean, it isn't like brand new. These things are really, really hard to clean. So, like, just, you'll be surprised at how hard they are to clean. But I did my best, and they look pretty clean now. And as does the rest of the case. But yeah, I'm gonna hyperlapse it. I'm gonna hyperlapse putting back these things, and then these fans. Then after that, I have to do something about this. This is a mess with dust. I've noticed this even outside of the case. It's that bad. It's really dusty, so I'm gonna have to sort that out. But for now, I'm just gonna put these back in, and I'll see you guys back after I'm done with that. Alright, so this is what we're on to next. For this, I would just wipe off, but it's literally so gross that I think I'm just gonna rinse it off, just like I've done with everything else. It's literally that bad. So this time, I'm gonna go outside into the kitchen and do it, just because this is a lot longer than the other thing that I was doing. So I'm gonna do that, and I'll see you guys out in the kitchen, so see you then. Alright, so, just got done cleaning it, and I will tell you, it looks so much better. I have this part all cleaned off. I remember there was a bunch of dust built up right here, but no more dust. All nice and clean, and you can actually see through this nice and clearly. So I'm gonna let that dry for a little bit while we clean off the rest of this system. So as you can see, this front part here is looking nice. It's nice and clean, so once that dries, we'll be able to put that back on. Now we're just gonna get another piece of paper towel, and we're gonna wipe off this top part, because this part is another part that's just extremely gross. This thing might be ready for selling even after this, but I'm not selling it, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, oh wow, there's just dust falling off of these things here. I don't know what those are. I think those are vents for something. I don't know why they're there. I don't use those, but hey, if I ever put fans on top, I guess I'll have vents there. Alright, there's just a mound of paper towels here, but as you can see, it's looking really nice. I mean, not back here, but it never looks nice up over there, but over here though, as you can see, it's looking nice. You can even see the text on the CPU. It's so good. As you can see, let me zoom in on it. There we go. Intel Core i5-7500. You can see the text on it. It's so good. As you can see, there's no dust like built up around here at all. It's looking extreme. This is probably the cleanest it's been in forever. It looks really bare too, though. It's really weird seeing it this bare. Like there's nothing in it. So you have to put all this stuff back in. So I think we're just about ready to put everything back inside of this computer case. So I guess we'll do that. And I don't know if this, oh yeah, the graphics card. I don't know if I'm going to take this thing apart or not. I don't think I am. just because, here, let me like wipe this top part down. There we go. I'm gonna wipe this part down also, this bottom part. I'll just use my shirt, whatever. I'm a real man, I use my shirt to wipe down my graphics card, but honestly, I think this thing is fairly clean. I don't think I'll need it. I don't think I'll need to do it this time, because I might be getting a new graphics card soon, so I might just not even bother with it. But if I don't get one by next year's cleaning, then maybe. But right now, I'm just gonna stick with the way it is, because it looks really nice right now the way it is. So yeah, I think we're just gonna put this back in, or plop it back in, however you want to say it. So we'll put it right down here with all of our other parts, and yeah, I guess let's get to putting everything back in. Alright, so I have to vlog with my phone again because that thing's dead again. I seriously, it was still like dead when I put it in, so I have to wait for it to charge like a lot more. So I think the rest of this video might be done on my phone, sadly. So sorry for like the worst video quality, but look at how clean the CPU cooler looks now. Really like that. But we're gonna put this radiator back on, and I'll be right back because this is gonna be too hard to do with one hand. Alright, so the radiator's back on. After all of that washing and stuff, it's back on. No thermal paste on here. So we have all this. So let's just put all the parts that we have to put back in the computer over here. Let's move the camera out of the way because we don't need to put the camera in there. I mean, maybe we can, but I don't think so. All right, so we got the Wi-Fi card, the 2 SSDs, the CPU and the CPU cooler, the graphics card. Is that really all? It feels like we took out a lot more than that, but I guess not. Alright, I'm gonna flip this over. Here we go. So it's flipped over, and we're gonna move these power cables out of the way and stuff. So I think our first course of action is gonna be putting the CPU back on. So let's go over here actually, no, we'll put the CPU on first, just because that seems to be the easiest one, pretty much, besides the SSD. But let's go into the doctor's office here, grab some thermal paste from up here. Here we go. Got some nice thermal paste. Alright, look at how nice that looks now. So let me take the cap off of this thermal paste. There we go. Look at that. What is this? Arctic Silver 5 thermal paste. I really like this thermal paste. I've been using it forever. So, really nice thermal paste. Highly recommended to put it on. So, let's put this on. It's going to be hard to do this with one hand. But I'm going to show you, like, how people put a lot. And I mean, when I say a lot, I mean a lot of thermal paste on their CPU. So, I'm going to try to show you guys how much to put on. Just like, I guess that much, maybe? Yeah, that's actually probably more than needed, but it wouldn't stop coming out, so that's a lot more than actually needed. You only really need a pea-sized drop, really. That's all you need. So this is actually a lot more than what you need, but hey, that gives you a good reference about pretty much how much you need. And then take a look at that nice clean, this thing really does not focus well. There we go. Nice clean radiator. Look at that. You won't see that for too much longer. And look at that nice CPU cooler also. Just look at that. Alright, so now, alright, do you know what? I'm gonna go grab my camera, because this thing is way too hard to record with, and I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Okay, I have the camera. It's probably just gonna die eventually, like pretty soon anyways, but at least I can get this on video. So what you want to do, you want to take this, probably make sure the Intel logo is facing up, like towards the bottom of your computer, and then you just want to line up the holes. So the holes that you see, just line them up with the holes in the motherboard, and then just drop it into place, pretty much. Make sure it's like in the holes. Make sure there isn't like thermal paste like flying around everywhere, like loose thermal paste flying around. And then you just lock all of them into place. I'd recommend doing it in like a, so this one, this one, this one, this one pattern. Okay, so that one's not in. So push in a little bit more. These stock coolers are actually a lot harder than you think to put in, so just keep that in mind. And just like that, there you go. Now, you should be able to pick up the motherboard by the fan. If you know you put it in correctly, you should be able to pick up the motherboard just by the CPU fan alone. That's something that I've learned. So this thing is strongly in there. I can almost pick up the entire the entire case with it, but I wouldn't recommend doing that. Alright, so then we're just gonna plug the CPU cooler in and try to route it around like so it's not as visible. There we go. And then I'm gonna put these little rubber things in these fan thing just because I don't know, this thing causes like a lot of rattling noises and stuff, so I'm just gonna do this. This is probably the cleanest this CPU cooler has been since it first got installed, so I'm happy with this cleanup. But let me put this little rubber thing, and this actually these rubber things came with the case, and they came for the USB port to like protect the USB ports, but we don't need to protect them when they're in the house, so we're gonna use them here because they work really well at stopping rattling noises. So there we go, no rattling noises for me, except there might actually be rattling noises because this one fell off. Yeah, make sure they're like secure. If you're doing the same thing I am with the rubber stuff, make sure they're like in the actual feet, like good. just because if they fall out and hit your fan, then that make a little bit of some ruckus in your computer case. But other than that, yeah, these are good in there, so we don't have to worry about that. And now we have some nice cooling for our freshly installed CPU cooler. So now that we have that done, I think our next course of action are the SSDs. These things. So let me move you guys over and show you where I'm gonna be installing them. So I'm gonna be installing them right over here. So I put the boot drive on the bottom. So I'm gonna do that. Just slides into place, just like that. But before you do that, you actually need to connect the SATA connectors and stuff to them, because otherwise that wouldn't help too much, would it? There we go. Alright. So you have power, and you have connection to the computer. Alright. So that's done. You should, yeah, it should be able to lock down into place when you do that. Alright. And then on top, we'll put the... Did a screw just... Oh. Huh. A screw just fell off my thing. That's not good. Alright, luckily we already pretty much have this set, so hopefully you guys can see this. So, like this little screw that holds the SSD into place fell off, so let me put that in. I don't know, how did that fall out? I don't even know. I'm confused on how that were to fall out, but you guys shouldn't have to worry about this problem. I mean, unless the same thing happened to you, but I highly doubt that. Alright, so where do we got the other SATA cable? So we got it down here. We have two SATA connectors, so which I remember I have two of these, but only one of them really works well. I'm gonna assume that it's this one, and I'm gonna pray that it's this one, because I really don't want to take out everything again, because that would suck. So let me connect this SATA connector right to this. This is the SATA connector, if you didn't know, by the way. This one, oh, you guys can't see that, can you? This one right here, the smaller one right here, that's the SATA port. So in case you didn't know. Alright, so it looks like it goes in this way. It goes in this way. Alright. Let's plug that in. There we go. And then take out the power connector for the SSD, which seems to be stubborn for me. It doesn't want to come out all the way. It's gonna make it a little bit harder to actually plug the SSD in. I don't know if there's another one. There is another one. Let's see if this one is as stubborn as that one. Doesn't seem like it. Alright. That should be in. I think I finally, after all that time, I finally got it in. Wow. Hopefully it wasn't as difficult as that for you guys. But man, it was difficult for me. Alright, so this is the piece that fell off right here. There we go. Alright. So let's actually, now that we got that out of the way, oh, now it's showing the battery sign. Oh. Alright, well, as long as I got through that, I'm fine. But now, we're going to do these, the SATA connectors. So, all you have to do, plug them into the motherboard. It's literally that simple. Bam. And then, where's the last one? There you go. Just hide in the back from me. There we go. There we go. So we got all those connected. Now we got these. Where does that go? I don't remember unplugging this. Does that go to the... No, that goes to... Okay, let me actually plug in the CPU power. I mean, that would help. I wouldn't want to boot up my computer and then have no power to my CPU. That would suck. That would really suck. Oh, that goes to my GPU. I'm so dumb. I was like, where does that go? But that goes to the GPU. Alright, and my front audio connector is not plugged in. So how about we plug that in today, shall we? How about we plug it in and miss? There we go. Alright, you guys can't see what I'm doing right now. I know. There we go. Alright, so I'm done with that part. It sucks to have to have all these wires everywhere. It's such a mess, but it's the only way I can really do it. Alright, time for the beast itself. The graphics card. Yep, we're plugging in the graphics card now. I don't know if my camera's gonna make it through this. Come on, G7X, you got this. Alright, so hopefully I did this good enough and this connector is out of the way. Let me move this for now. Looks like we have some SATA connectors kind of getting in the way. Just a little bit. It's that one there. There we go. Alright. Will this fit into the ports? Alright, so let's just try to get away from this cord here. So this cord is actually a little too close to the thing. There we go. Hey, I think we got it. Maybe not. Okay, it's this little thing right here. It's that part. Did we get it in? I think we got it in. Hold on. I'm gonna actually take it out again because I feel like this connector is still like in our way just a little bit. There we go. Alright, now we're officially putting the graphics card in. It says take one, everyone. There we go. Alright, now where's the screw to the, there it is. I didn't not remember where the screw was. Don't worry, everyone. I'm not that dumb as to not remember where I put the screw for my graphics card. Like, who would be that dumb? Honestly. Who would be that dumb? Okay. I'm that dumb to lose the screw that I need to actually screw in the graphics card. That's how dumb I am. And now I lost the screw. Great. Great. That's very, very helpful. Where? Dude, actually, where did this screw go? Let me guess, it's underneath the graphics card. Oh. Well, I heard it, like, go somewhere. I heard it go somewhere, but where did it go? Don't tell me when they're here. Okay, good. Okay. Oh, there it is, I found it! Alright, well, my camera stopped recording, but hopefully I can use this thing to keep recording. I'm gonna try to put you there, but I don't expect you guys to stay. Just to put that out there, but we'll try our best to keep you there. Where even is... There it is. Alright, get in the hole, don't stick to my finger, please. There we go. Alright, we might be able to do this, everyone. Graphics card is then put in. That only took one attempt, everyone. Don't worry about that. It only took one attempt. Alright, let me plug the graphics card in. So yeah, I'm recording with my phone, so that's why I have bad quality going. So sorry about that, everyone. Sorry. I think that's his best cable mod. I wish I could get like cable mod sleeves or something. Alright, this is the last thing I need to put in. And it's the Wi-Fi card, because everyone needs a Wi-Fi card. Even though I don't even use Wi-Fi, I use Ethernet. But hey, we all need a Wi-Fi card for something. There we go. Alright. So we got all that put in. I think that's everything. I think it is. Let me move all that over here just a little bit. Yeah. Okay, we got the CPU cooler. Got that. We got the graphics card, which hasn't really been cleaned at all, but it shouldn't be that dirty. I mean, hopefully next time we can do that. The floor is nice and clean. Got all of our SSDs in. Yeah. Now let's pull this thing up. Move this screwdriver. Okay, nothing is like falling out or anything like that when I tip it up, so hey, nothing went wrong. Okay. Now, I almost actually forgot about this. I was looking, and, we almost forgot about our, ram sticks. So, let's put those in while we're here. So, for us to put ram sticks in, I do the bottom first. You have to make sure it's lined up, which I am not lined up. So, it goes this way. Make sure the little notch is lined up. And then I put the bottom in first. And then I have to open it. Open the top part, and then once you get it in, you just push until you hear that click, that satisfying click of a ram stick going in. And then just do the same with the other stick. Alright, we got USB 3.0 connected, we got all that connected, we got the CPU power connected. I got this mess of wires still. I'm going to try to sort that out sometime, but that won't be today. Alright, I'm going to put this front panel. Oh, wait. Oh, that's just a spare one. I was like, oh, wait, what's that? But it's just a spare SATA connector. Alright, I'm going to put this this front panel on. I think should be dried enough by now. Yeah. I don't see many more water droplets in. Yeah. Alright, let's put this front panel back on to get nice, healthy air for these fans to breathe. I'm going to put this on, and then I'll be right back, everyone. Alright, front panel connector is on. We got a piece of hair on the outside. Luckily, it's on the outside. Alright, I'm going to put this side panel on, which is extremely, extremely hard to do. So I'm going to cut again. I'm going to put the side panel back on, and I will be right back. Alright, so I actually just finished cleaning off this side panel. I actually completely forgot about that until just now, so I took a wet napkin, just washed it off. I'm going to do the same with the other one right there, once I put that one on. Anyways, this is looking pretty nice so far. We come over here, we can see we have our SSDs and stuff. Looking just as good as it did before. Better than it did before, by a long shot. Alright, I think the last thing to do is put this side panel back on. I'm going to clean it again, and I'll be right back. Alright, this is it. Cleaned off this part of the case also, and it's looking sharp. Even the back looks nice, like surprisingly. Anyways, I'm gonna go plug this thing in, and we'll see what she looks like. I will not forget to turn on the power supply. Alright, right now is the moment of truth. What will happen? Will it start up? Will it not start up? 3, 2, 1.
Let's have a bit